You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's America's Got Talent After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's America's Got Talent After Show.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Good evening, and we are here closing out Studio A at AfterBuzz TV. I am Kaori Takee, and with me
is Daniel Weiss.
And the new...
And improved. Actually, I can't maybe improve, but I'm Kevin John. Thank you.
Always improving. And we are going to do the America's Got Talent After Show. This is Season 8, Week 5 of the auditions. And we start off this episode in Chicago. And we go with, first person is Kelsey. She's a 17-year-old girl who has a really, really, really cute dog, and they have a dog act. It was a dancing act. What did you guys think of this one?
It was adorable.
It was adorable. I kept eyeing and eeing and oohing and oozing.
It was cute, but you know the thing is, when you do, I think when you put pets out there, especially cute, cuddly pets like dogs or cats, which the cat we'll get to later, but it's like, you know, it's kind of just a gimme, you know, and it wasn't nothing that the dog did that was extravagant other than walk backwards. So
are you saying that having a dog alone that can do tricks is extra bonus points?
Well, I think having a dog alone that can do tricks, you know, you can watch a dog show for that. Like, I don't think that's America Got Talent kind of stuff. So it was cute. It was adorable.
I think it was really cute. The only thing that I have a problem with is that the Alati dogs last season or so good and so talented. I don't think that this cute dog compared to what they did last year.
You can't live in the past.
I know, but just I can't.
You can't live in the past.
I don't see another dog act winning this season, especially one that isn't as great as last season's winner. Yeah. And that's just what I think.
Yeah, no, it was. I mean, it was fun for what it is, but it's not going to go that far unless she brings in 20 more dogs like they did.
Yeah. Well, I'm always impressed when dogs can do anything, because all my dog can do is play dead when I say bang bang and stick it like a gun, and that's all she does.
Well, you trained him well, so.
I try. My dog can't walk backwards.
Right?
My dog's invisible because it doesn't exist. So that's a pretty
Then how
good
can it be
trick.
invisible if it doesn't exist?
Exactly.
See what I'm saying?
I do know what
A little
you're saying.
confusing.
Do you have any other invisible pets?
Oh, yeah. I got...
Oh, dear.
We'll find out about those
Name
later.
it. Name it. I got an invisible one.
Iguana.
Got one.
Well, this act did go through. Stern said that he dances better than the Spice Girls, which was kind of funny. The next act was Bruce Purvier, and he starts off alone, and the judges ask, "Did you come here alone?" How convenient, by the way. And he says, "No, I came with my wife and children." And out come 13 people, 12 children and a wife, and they're dribbling basketballs and doing all these kind of stunts. What did you guys think of this one?
It was good. I feel like they didn't show that much. They showed like little pieces of each part of it. So it was all right. I will see more.
Yeah.
Same thing. You know, they didn't show as much, but it looked really, it looked really talented, and they looked like they were doing a lot. And you know, it's a big family.
Yeah, I don't know how she can pop out 12 children, if you ask me.
Oh, she had surrogates.
That's just impressive on its
it
own.
wasn't at once.
Well, yeah, but
There's another one. Just keep coming.
you try to have a baby.
All right.
Props to women, by
I
the way.
have so many invisible babies.
Wow.
He's amazing.
He is. He's very, very amazing.
Oh, I know.
You should think about season 9 and doing an audition for
Having
the invisible
babies?
things that you have.
Check this out. This is pretty cool. I would say this is horrible for people listening on the podcast, but it's exactly the same. Nothing's happening here.
Tis true. So this Bruce Purvier started this montage of everyone going through. Yes, Bruce Purvier was impressive with the basketball, the dribbling, and the spinning, the balancing, and all that stuff. Next one we have is Cammie Bradley. She sings Somewhere Over the Rainbow, a cappella, and I really liked her. I was really impressed. A lot of times singers don't impress me too much because this is like one of the only talent shows that have more than just singing. But she really stood out for me, even though it was really quick. What did you guys think?
It was really too quick for me to make a judgment off of it. As soon as she hit a note, like it went to the next act. So it was all right. You know, I have to see more of it to really base an opinion.
What did you think?
Yeah, I thought she was okay. It wasn't anything special. And like I've said before, I feel like if it's mediocre, they'll put it through. And that's just how I felt about it.
But that's how you feel about this particular season, right?
Most of the season, yeah. I'm saying this season, not the past ones, but this season, it's like, well, I didn't hate it, so let it go through.
Yeah, I don't know what's the deal with that. And how do you feel about that?
You know, I think really what they're trying to do is just get as many acts as they can to Vegas, and then that's I believe when they'll start judging and stuff, because there's no criteria now. It's just like, all right, well,
I don't know how that would work, trying to get as many acts as you can, because wouldn't you want to filter it to really make it into like the best of the best by the time it hits Radio City Music Hall? So I don't know what they're doing.
Well, that's what's in between is Vegas.
Right, but
So
the Vegas,
they can
they're
do
still
that.
putting a lot of mediocre acts through.
Well, I have a feeling that they're going to do one of those things where when they get to Vegas, they're going to cut like 30% of them aren't even going
more.
to get to perform.
Yeah, of course, they're going to have to do more. I think there's going to be, if they do it anything like last season, there's going to be just a select few that can go straight through that don't even need to
Right,
make
but
it.
I'm saying the opposite. I think there's going to be like a bunch of acts that they're like, well, we decided we don't want to see you again. But enjoy Vegas for a day.
That'd be cool.
and then go back to Indiana or wherever you came from.
And that's okay, I
Go
enjoy
back to
Vegas.
selling cheeseburgers.
Were you about to say something, Kevin?
I was not.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you were going to say something.
Thank you, though. Very courteous of you, co-host.
Sure, of course. I do my best. Next act was we didn't get a name for this act, and I know all of us were asking.
I put
The
screen
portraits and the screen. Loved it.
Green dance, okay.
Loved it. Was
Yes.
probably one of my favorites of the whole show.
But what a shame, though, that it was one of your favorites, but we only saw a snippet of it.
I think that's kind of what makes it so lovable. It's like there's this mystery to it, you know, kind of like all his invisible things, you know. It's mysterious.
It
so,
is.
but actually, this you can actually see. But it was just awesome. Like the way that they put all the screens up, they showed different pictures. Loved it.
Yeah, it was really good. I think those kind of acts, you really need to fit timing. It has to be perfect, because if you mess up and that doesn't happen, you screw the whole entire act.
Exactly.
And that's why I was surprised that they only showed a little bit of it, because normally with those acts, they'll show the whole thing because it's something different. There's technology involved. I thought it was good. I want to see more. Personally, I would have been more impressed if they danced while showing episodes of Cheers on the screens. That would have gotten
But
me.
how would that have worked?
Just show an episode of Cheers.
I'm confused. You wanted them to show episodes of Cheers on the screens while they were doing their act.
I want everybody to show episodes of Cheers while they're doing that.
I need to ask
Is
you,
that not the most random?
is that your favorite show?
Second favorite.
What's your first?
Alf.
I could dig Alf
I
on
can
there.
dig Alf.
All right, fine. Note to you guys, Vegas, just play some Alf on your screens.
If
Yeah.
they're listening, absolutely.
Of course they're listening. Don't be ridiculous, perfect strangers.
But they were good. I totally agree with you. Yeah, they went through, as we all know. And the next act was David Furman. He was a 19-year-old juggler. He's a student. And he says he's going to juggle, and then he's going to have a balancing stunt. When the judges ask what does he want exactly, he says his dream is basically to have a juggling/comedy. Already for me, that kind of pushed me towards a yes, because I'm looking for comedy on America's Got Talent. I like laughing. That's why I like you. And
Keep going.
And so he basically juggles in the beginning, and he says to the judges, you know, I'm going to be juggling first, and then I'm going to do a balancing act. So, which you guys mentioned, it's a good disclaimer because he won't get buzzed for just basically juggling.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In case I'm boring, just wait.
Exactly.
And
Which
then it'll get
is-
interesting.
Yeah. Because, I mean, let's face it, if he was just a juggler, what would we think of that?
Well, it's both.
Unless
It's smart because if he just did the juggling, okay, he's a good juggler, but it's nothing different. And if he just did the balancing act, great, but it's not a show. So when he put them together, that was really smart. And when I think it's smart, he's saving more of the comedy for Vegas.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you.
Yeah, and that's another thing, you know, you don't want to give too much away too soon because if you do, then it's going to be harder the subsequent rounds. So I like the fact that he just did it simple. A juggling and a little, well, it's funny I say simple. I don't think I did half the stuff that he did.
Oh, no.
But
I can't juggle.
It was quite intricate, yeah.
I can't even juggle 2 balls. Anyway.
I gotta go. Yeah,
This is a perfect
enjoy
set.
the podcast.
Right?
No, I just realized what I just said.
I think
As
you
long
knew
as you
the
can
whole
juggle
time
one.
what you said.
Use your imagination.
Well, anyway, moving on to another balancing act. He does a balancing act with a Molotov cocktail. Gosh, my head's in the gutter now.
What kind of tail? What kind of Molotov tail?
So he basically has his whole spiel on what a Molotov cocktail is.
Oh boy.
And it basically saying it's dangerous. So Howard Stern kind of gets up, Heidi Klum hides under the table, and he has a ruler. Is it a ruler? Like
It's like a stick.
a stick in his mouth, and then a balloon.
Be very careful.
And then on top is the flammable object,
Highly flammable.
highly flammable. So he's balancing that. And that alone to me is talent and impressive. But then he pops the balloon, and the Molotov cocktail lands on the bar, the stick. That's
That was
really
crazy.
You know, and the thing that I think was real impressive about it was the fact that he was able to give this real thorough scientific explanation on what he was putting together. And it's kind of like if you took Albert Einstein and Copperfield and put them together. That's this guy right here. So,
Yeah, that's definitely like part of the performance for him to be able to explain it and not snore us.
and
while
that, exactly.
explaining
Which explaining does help, you know?
it. It does. No, it totally does. And it makes us realize, wow, this is really dangerous. So, what did you think of this?
Yeah, it was good. I thought that
Is your mind in the gutter too?
my mind is not in the gutter. My mind's in the rave that's happening next door. I don't know if the microphones are picking them up, but there is a huge rave. We're next to a warehouse, and they're having a giant party. No, I thought he was good. I thought, yeah, like I said, doing the juggling in the beginning, it was very good juggling. And then he came out and he did the trick with the Molotov. And he said right away, I have huge things in store for the next round. So
Which is
right
great.
there, I want to see more. I want to see what else he's going to do.
I liked his personality too.
Yeah.
There was something about him that was charming, other than the fact that he was a comedian, of course. Yeah. So he goes through. And before we go any further, guys, I wanted to thank you guys for tuning in, and also
Thank
please check out Serial Buddies now available on iTunes. You can rent it for $4.99 or you can purchase it for $5.99. We've got an all-star cast: Beth Bears, Maria Menounos, Christopher
Doc
Lloyd.
Brown.
Yeah, Doc Brown, obviously.
The
Christopher Lloyd, the Fonz.
Also the principal from Scream.
Basically, we've got everyone that you've been dying to see all put together in an all-star cast with the crazy Dexter-ish comedy movie. So go check that out. And also, while you are on iTunes, please go to AfterBuzz TV and rate, comment this after show or any other after show that you have been listening to, because we appreciate those comments and we check them out. So go ahead and do that.
Yeah,
There you go.
For every time you download an AfterBuzz show, an invisible child gets to go to school.
Perfect.
That's all in the mind of the beholder.
That's how we put Daniel through college.
Exactly. Invisible college.
Daniel has an invisible diploma.
I do.
Does that also go along with his invisible girlfriend?
Yeah.
Cool. What's her name?
Invisibility.
Oh God.
Billy. All right.
Yeah.
It gets interesting. I wonder if she has invisible. All right, moving on.
All right, guys. Something that's not so invisible is the next act, which is Chicago Boys, an acrobatic team ranging from 9 to 23. They look like a drill team. They're probably cooler in real life, as I think one of you mentioned that. And basically, they do a jump rope, double dutch with the worm, flips, push-ups, and they jump rope the youngest 9-year-old kid. And that was a pretty cool act, I should say.
Yeah, they were great. I was entertained. They did a bunch of cool stuff. Like Howard said, I can't jump rope or do a push-up, let alone do them together.
Can you do the worm?
Of course I can.
He's a funky brother right here. You know?
Oh, yeah. Well, I have a b-boy crew.
You do?
What's their names?
The Dodgers?
Are they the invisible Dodgers?
No,
Right?
this is real.
All right.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So you heard that here first. He has
Yeah.
his invisible. Where can we see you guys dance at?
Downtown, we have a stadium, so check us out downtown LA. We call it Dodger Stadium. We're a b-boy crew, so just come down. I'll give you free tickets. Tell them at the gate.
Always there.
Yeah.
So,
But-
what did you think of this act?
You know, I thought they were dope, and one of the things is, you know, a lot of times they have the backstories on, and that's one of the things I liked about this particular group was the backstory. You know,
Agree.
obviously, is the guy, he was an acrobat. He came from a poverty-stricken background, and he was using this to help other at-risk people, you know, discover talent. So I really enjoyed that part, but yeah, it was insane. They were out there flipping, worming,
Yeah.
dugging, and well, maybe not dugging, but
They
just
skeetered.
they skeetered.
They
skeetered.
They
Excuse me.
Judied.
Yeah, they
Rogered all over the place. They
did.
They pulled a Patty Mayonnaise.
You lost me at Skeetered.
Yeah.
What? No one else watched Doug?
I did watch
Yeah, I was gonna
Doug.
say they dug. Yeah, perfect. But I love these references to what from Alf
Yep.
to Cheers to Doug.
That's all I know.
What's next, Rugrats?
Maybe.
All right, but it was dope. You know, it was kind of like watching like a Taibo or you know some kind of aerobic fitness incorporated with you know jumping rope.
Yeah.
And didn't they take the kid and like do a kid like?
Yeah, the kid
jump
was
rope
the jump
thing?
rope, basically. I mean, and going along what you were saying about how it was impressive because there was a backstory that was kind of extensive, was that, yes, it's nice to see that their coach was actually a huge inspiration for them. He was part of the Ringling Brothers.
Right.
And then he said, you know what, I want to inspire kids, influence them to like a positive way, a path, and then he helped guide them into this team, which was phenomenal in my opinion. However, these are the kind of acts I feel that televised won't do it justice. I feel like you need to see this in real life to really, really enjoy it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I have with that.
Well,
So,
let's go to Vegas.
oh hey, you got the dinero and the tickets. I'm there with
Perfect. And we can report there after Buzz right after the show.
you. Oh, I would love that.
Oh yeah, live on the scene after Buzz.
Right?
Yes.
We'll have Howie. All right. We're not promising that after Buzz listeners. But
Kevin is.
all right.
All right, the next act, guys, is Too Unique is the name of this group. They're two 10-year-olds. One's a DJ Young One, and one's a rapper. They are both 10, but one looks significantly much more mature than the other, but that's okay. And they reminded me of LMFAO. Basically, they did like a club act. Well, one was the rapper, one was the DJ. What did you guys think of this act before I continue?
You know, this kind of made me think of is kind of like if you went to Chuck E. Cheese and they had like a karaoke booth there and they were just like, who else wants to come up and perform? That's really what it looked like. It just an amateur karaoke. I mean, they had the nice little shtick, the DJ, the rapper, but it just was not. I mean, I no offense to them, but I think you could take any kid off the street and say, here's a mic, just read, you know, sing the Boom Boom Pow or whatever your favorite rap song is. So it wasn't unique as I would have liked.
Right. I agree with you there. It wasn't very unique. It didn't feel impressive. For me, it's kind of like if you have a DJ, you want to imagine, I would pay money to go to a club to watch this DJ spin or to dance to this music. I definitely wouldn't for this.
Yeah.
It just didn't feel right, didn't feel good. It wasn't fun. It was a very robotic, just very generic.
Yeah, nothing unique about it at all. They were cute though, you know. It's a little
Sure,
cute,
I
little
mean,
wiki wiki.
it's just like the dog thing. They get kudos for being young and
Right.
talented.
You get a free pass on
Yes.
that. So
What do you think?
Yeah, they were okay. Like Kevin said, it felt like watching Chuck E. Cheese karaoke. And the DJ young one looks like a jerk. Like normally, like, oh, these kids are cute. Like, if she's that way now, I don't want to see her. She gets famous. She's just like, yeah, we're good. What's up?
But isn't that part of like
maybe it's part of her character.
shtick? Exactly.
Fine, then her character is being a jerk.
Well, Daniel, I do
Some
want to
people
say
like
onto
that,
that.
though.
I do want to say it's right, even if it's part of her character, but you do to a certain extent want to be likable.
Right.
Wait till wait until you make it big and get your own show to start doing that. Not that I endorse that, but
Still don't be a jerk.
yeah, still don't be a jerk. But I think it was just
Yeah,
too
don't
early
be a
for her.
jerk.
That you want to be likable. You want them to be like, oh, we want to vote with you, not against you.
But the judges did vote for them despite their mediocre talent, and they went through, and
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll see more of that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, the next act is Innovative Force. There was more dancing, acrobating in the back. It was very quick montage. Do you guys have anything to say about that one?
Boo.
Boo. All right.
It looked like a cheerleading competition.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's too many
Nothing. Yeah.
dancers.
I was waiting for some pom poms to come out there and a mascot.
I mean,
but-
we keep seeing dances, a variety of dances, but they all just kind of get together and they all start to look the same. It's getting diluted, this whole dancing act scene.
Yeah,
and
it's all
stuff.
just dancers.
Yeah. And the next act is Sienna, and she's singing. She's 12. Excuse me. Earlier on, I mentioned an act that was a great singer. I actually meant this one. This is the one that I thought was really good. It was really short, but I thought she was really good. What did you guys think?
Man, somebody give that girl a contract right now.
Thank you for agreeing with me.
Good Lord. L.A. Reid, if you are listening. Simon Fuller. Get this girl phenomenal.
Yeah.
And they only showed about 15 seconds, I think, but in those 15 seconds, she blew me the hell away.
It was very quick. She's 12 years old and she's got a voice like that. It was soothing. It was unique. It was different. Oh, I liked it. Very much so.
She was terrible.
Oh, come
Just
on.
kidding. No, she's really good.
Throw a tomato.
But we got to check
Again.
your eyes and ears on that one, man.
I mean, she's a 12-year-old singer. I think it's great because American Idol, you can't go on if you're that young. So good for her. She's a good singer.
You can't go on American Idol if you're...
I think you
They
have
have
to
an
be
age 18 to 30 or 18 to 28 or something, I
to
think.
go on American Idol.
Wasn't there like a 16-year-old Jessica Sanchez or something?
Well, that's probably X
Actually, you
Factor
are right.
Or Voice
no.
or something.
You actually, there have been a few 16-year-olds on.
I don't know.
Maybe 16 is the limit.
Maybe.
But anyways, that's
Whatever it
American
is.
Idol. This is America's Got Talent.
But so, yes, if there was a singer on this show this season that wowed me, it was her
Phenomenal.
bad.
Phenomenal.
as a solo singer, FYI. Because last episode, those three guys were pretty cute.
Man. Woo. Too bad y'all talked about that last week because, they
They were good.
were good. Good.
But you can leave a comment on last week's episode of AfterBuzz episode, just like all of you guys can
Yes,
at home.
you can,
And just
Kevin.
remind them again, how to leave that comment on there? Just go to...
You can go to iTunes and rate us and leave a comment, or you can go to YouTube and just drop a comment. We do answer back.
Yeah, or you can always call Kaori. Her number is...
Beep, 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 beep.
I don't
beep.
have your
My
phone
number is
number.
invisible if you guys need to know.
At least that's the number she gave me. So.
Next act is the Mitzi Dancing School. They look like Thai dancers, and Daniel so kindly stared at me and said, "There you have it." I wonder why.
Because every episode you're like, oh, it's Asian people. They better be great.
I
Oh,
never
like them
say
'cause they're
that.
Asian.
Oh my dear, I never say that.
Really?
No.
Or do you always say that?
How often do you have Asians on America's Got Talent?
Me? Never. But the show, like every week now.
Well, you know what? They were really good.
Yeah, they were fine.
What do you mean they were fine? They were really good. For a big group of dancers, they had an embellished costume and they were all in sync.
But
a
they
lot
were
of these
big
dancers
group of
weren't,
dancers.
but they were in sync.
No, they were not. In sync broke up.
And this is one of the types of dances that if they were out of sync, slightly unsynchronized, they would have looked awful. So it was very, very important for them to stay on point, and they did.
I agree. I thought it was dope. Like, it kind of reminded me of watching the synchronized swimmers in the Olympics, but just picture them on a stage. That's what this was. I mean, I don't know why that came to mind, but you could picture synchronized swimmers on a stage. That was this group. Everything was in sync. I mean, yeah, it was great. If one of them would have coughed or sneezed, it would have just threw everything off.
That's true.
So I think they held in their breath the whole time. Amazing.
I think they did. Well, Daniel, you didn't seem like a fan of this one.
I just don't need any more dancers.
Dancers.
Unless they're going to be dancing with swords or perhaps lasers. I don't really care.
Dancing with swords, well, we'll get to that later.
Oh, Lord.
All right, I take back
I think
what
those were
just
plastic swords.
Okay, the next act was... it was really weird because we went on a commercial break and we got back and it seemed like we were in the middle of a guy and a guitar, and that's all I could say because we didn't get a name. It was mid-audition, and he got the first X of the night. He did not make it to Vegas. I guess he wasn't that good. Unfortunately, we missed most of it.
Yeah.
Do you guys?
He seemed boring.
Yeah.
Whatever.
He seemed like he was having fun while doing it, though.
Yeah, well.
He was having fun in a boring way, if that makes sense.
Well, here's the thing. Could you imagine going on an audition for America's Got Talent and not making it? It would still be one of the highlights of your life.
Right?
It'd be like, oh man, I
Well, depending on how bad you failed, because I don't know if that would be a highlight, but just the fact to make it to that stage, I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
Even if you failed very badly, it would still be awesome.
Right.
It was.
I don't know. There's someone we're going to talk about later that failed that may want to just live invisibly the rest of his life after that. So.
Word of the day.
Right. Thank you, Daniel, for that.
Yeah, no, you're all welcome.
Yeah.
Your lives now, here on 4th, are better because of it.
That's true.
Hashtag invisible if you're tweeting in.
Yes.
The next act, this guy's name was Sully Dunn. He's 18 years old. He's practiced for 4 years. And he, a little awkward, a little weird is the word that they kept using on him. He says, you're weird, you're strange, you're weird. And he quit college. He decided the same day of the audition. And he started to rock on to some Green Day-like music. And I have mixed feelings about him myself. So why don't you guys go ahead?
I hated it and loved it.
Oh, that's the mixed feelings.
Right?
Because he was, it was like 70s, 80s punk is what it felt like. Not really my genre, but I liked it.
You say
and
that
it was
about
different.
every kind of music genre.
Well, because I
What is your genre?
I just need to know.
I like industrial metallics.
Okay.
I don't know what that is.
Industrial metallics?
Question mark.
There's a lot of...
Like what group? What is your favorite group?
The Who / Bone Thugs and Harmony / the Insane Clown Posse. It's all different. See, that's my thing. Is like I have
a wide variety.
I mostly like underground rap, but I like Faith No More, which is closer to like 80s punk, and I love The Who and Chicago.
Yeah.
So
Systems detect that a host has wandered off the subject.
Aw, I was getting intrigued. All
that
right.
was exactly on the subject.
Yeah, I was kind of on the subject, but that's okay. So let's talk about Soledad.
I was prodded into that one.
Going into
You were. That is true. In all fairness.
No, I'm
Going
out
into
of here. I'm out of here. You guys just enjoy it yourself.
Return. Going into Soledad, he basically was unique. You can't. He was kind of Green Day-ish. What did you think?
I like the guy. Because for one, I just liked he was very courageous and bold. And I think when you step on a stage like that and you're competing against thousands of others, you have to be. It's like the quote, go hard or go home.
Yeah.
And I think he was brilliantly, stupid in a way. And as much as I guess, oxymoron that is, let's look at his lyrics. He was singing about college, and personally, I think college kind of is a scam.
Why?
I went to college because I'm still paying back loans and still have not got a good job.
Can I ask what you majored in?
I majored in theater arts.
Are
but
you
still,
using it?
I am. I am using it very
That's
much
why
so.
he's
All right,
here.
well then good.
Exactly.
Then it worked for you.
So college-wise, you're right. Soledad is talking smack about college.
So
Don't
he's
go to
talking
school.
smack
School's
about
bad.
which I mean, education is always valuable. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to discourage anyone on education. It is.
Well, he did.
Which was really, but I just thought he was very gutsy, very bold, and it was very original.
How about like if you took out the content of the lyrics and it was just him himself and the music? Do you guys think you would still like the music, like without the lyrics?
Without the,
Then-
well, I think
wait,
the lyrics
what?
really made the song.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's the lyrics that made people think, "Oh, this guy is awesome," because he was basically playing like maybe 4 to 5 chords, all, 1 times 5 chord, and then it keeps changing. And it's,
I think it was just him. Like, I think he's an interesting person to watch.
that's true.
I agree with you on that.
He was
know, I
moving.
said
He couldn't stop moving around. And like it's funny because Howie and Howard were torn. Howie Mandel said, "This is the guy I want to put through," and Howard Stern said, "No, you keep putting through so many mediocre acts, blah blah blah." And then I just thought Big Barry at that time, who you love.
Oh, Big Barry. I love him for the same reason Howie Mandel loved him
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah, he
He's
was entertaining.
terrible, but he's entertaining.
Well, do you think that this guy was terribly entertaining?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he went through, and I'm okay with that so far. I'm wondering if he's created any other
I wanna see more.
songs. Yeah, well, that's what Heidi and Mel B were saying. They want to see more, and that's what a lot of the audience members were saying. You saw like the older generation being like, "Oh my God, I can't believe he's saying that." And
Right.
the young one was like, "Yeah,
Right.
yeah." So
It's all about pushing the envelope now. So.
And next one we have is Brandon James. He is an opera singer, 34 years old. Dan called it that he was going to say that he was gay, and his mom was, I don't know if she was against it. She was more just concerned because she felt like he would have a much harder life.
Yeah, she said he wished that he could change that.
Mm-hmm.
And I just called it because it's the same wind up to the sob story. He's talking, "I love music. Music really got me through some tough times. I'm openly gay." And like every time they show a thing like that, like I know that it's tough and people that are gay have a tough time, but they always make it like they're the only person to come out of the closet.
Yeah.
And it's like, let's like them for that reason.
We had the same exact act a couple episodes ago when some guy got kicked off because his parents didn't approve of him being gay, and he sang opera as well.
Yeah. No, I think it's just. I kind of hear what you're saying, Daniel. I mean, he's not the only person. It's not the first time we've seen this. Obviously, he has a lot of company. Matter of fact, if we were to come to West Hollywood, pretty much everyone there would be company with him. But, my thing is that, I don't know how I feel about them using that story to get sympathy for him. Like, if they're strategically, when I say the show was trying to make us feel sorry for him for who he is.
I think the show is just trying to kind of make us feel connected because we all have a lot of situations we go through and struggles and stuff, and hearing that something like this happened to him makes us feel a little more. We feel for him a little more attached to his character. But like I was telling Daniel in the beginning of this episode, no more opera, please. I'm just tired of that stuff.
On that note, I will have to say Brandon did a phenomenal job singing that, though.
Sure,
I
he
mean,
did.
he belted it out. You're right. There's been a lot of opera, but at the end of the day, he still did a good job with it.
He did, but this one. The difference is there was absolutely no element of surprise. Like coming to him
True,
at this
true.
point,
Yeah.
we're just like,
Very true.
all right.
Well, I said it last week, and again, I will say it again. When he was good. He was really good for opera, and all the other opera singers we saw were good, and they had that element of surprise. You didn't think they were going to do it. But we'll see what happens in Vegas when you put all of them together, and now you have just 5 opera acts. They're not...
You're right.
Who's this guy in jeans and a T-shirt? What's he going to do? Oh, he's singing opera. I didn't expect that. Now you know what they're going to do. You're going to see them all together. Let's see who's the best opera singer, and then boil it down to 1 or 2, and then we only have a couple opera singers.
Yeah. I mean, and I agree with you guys were mentioning, last episode, the last act, 3 guys that were singing opera, that might actually work because they're 3 guys.
Yeah, it's a trio.
Yeah, a trio, and that they can sing different rhythms and melodies and it might work out.
Harmonize with each other.
Harmonize, yes.
There's a lot more they can do with 3 versus just 1.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We'll see.
I kind of feel like that's the same with dancing, with certain dances, like the
pop.
animatronics, pop.
Yeah.
I want to see like a group do that for once.
Yeah.
But
Me and Daniel will do it
yes,
yeah.
next season.
Yeah.
Daniel, have you
with his
had your
B-boys.
coffee today?
My cop, yeah, no, why?
You're a little tired.
Don't worry about me.
I'm concerned.
Do you really want me to step up the energy? This is how I am now. Next time I'll come in with a Mountain Dew, you'll really get your energy. You guys aren't going to be able to get a word in.
Next act is
Nice
That's
segue.
right. Yeah, good segue. I'm
Trevor.
going to start calling you Paul Blart.
Who's that?
Mall cop.
Oh,
Don't worry about it. Nice segue.
Trevor. He is 38. He's a cat trainer. This is your favorite act, Dan. This might wake you up.
boy.
He his lower third said training spontaneous specialist, and he's calling out his cat, Lucky, Lucky, and out comes this gigantic fuzzy cat. And Dan, why don't you take it away from here?
It wasn't a giant fuzzy cat. It was a giant fuzzy cat puppet, which I was hoping was.
What else would it
filled
be?
with
A
cats.
giant fuzzy real cat?
I don't know. Might be. I was hoping it was filled with cats, like a cat piñata.
Yeah.
But it
I don't think that would be too healthy if for all the
Yeah, that
cats
would
that
be
were in
really-
there squished up.
That'd be
they're
a problem.
professionals. They're trained. But
Tried to endure pain. Go ahead.
they set the whole thing up to be like it's a real act. It's gonna take the place of the Olati dogs from last season, and
No one could take
it
that
just was
place.
this weird art thing. This cat came out. It spit up a fake hairball. It turned around and let out a fake poop. And it's just, my thought is, you probably spent 8 hours in line waiting to get there to do this. Like, what's your thoughts? Do you think it's going to go through? I don't know. It was dumb.
I thought he was going to through.
Well, he knows that people have a soft spot for animals. So he took it up an extra notch instead of bringing a real animal but a gigantic, embellished animal out
Well,
there.
both of you are very amused.
I was amused in the way that it's horrible. I was amused the way that I enjoy watching Cool as Ice.
You know what it is? It's like when you cool as ice.
No,
I just thought about that for a second.
He keeps doing awesome stuff.
Cool as ice. Wasn't that like a Vanilla Ice reference?
Yes, it was a Vanilla Ice movie from 1991.
Wow.
Johnny, a biker from a large biker gang, gets stuck in a small town with his crew, but falls in love with the girl across the street, ironically named Kat.
Meow.
Yeah, before we get off subject, so, the thing is, when the cat came out on stage, I was like, wow, this is going to be something amazing. It's going to,
Really?
dance. It's going to flip or do something incredible. And
You thought that the moment the cat came off on stage?
I remember started singing. I was like, okay, it's about to break it down or it's about to do something. It's kind of like if you see like a huge monster truck come out at a rally, you think it's about to, go over cars and do something just incredible. And then if it just turns back around and then goes right back off, you're like, okay, what was the, what was the shebang? And I didn't get that from the cat.
Well, I think the shebang was that he...
The poop?
Yeah, the poop, the dung.
That was something else, but yeah.
I don't know. It was more entertaining than some of the other acts that went through. However, it isn't very much talent. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
I didn't like it that much. I mean, I think the judges went the right way by not letting this cat go through to Vegas. It was kind of weird.
Poor pussycat.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
he waited 8 hours, so he deserved his little screen time, I guess.
He did, and he got it.
He did. The next one was a squared circle review. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can't read my writing. We write in the dark. It's a wrestling show circus, and it was really fast montage. They didn't go through. I was wanting to see more because it looked so ridiculous that I wished I could have seen more, but I didn't. What did you guys think of the little that we saw of this pro wrestling circus thing?
I thought it was.
Go ahead, Kevin.
I thought it was horrific. And I have yet to say that about any act that went on, but I just thought it just
Really?
looked like a whole bunch of Nacho Libres got together and said, let's just go out and wrestle and try to incorporate it into some kind of dancer act. It was...
But isn't that kind of what wrestling is?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
We may have touched the nerve here.
Yes.
But whoa.
What did you think?
Well, I'll say, going off of what you kind of that, I am a wrestling fan.
Yes,
And,
as am I.
Are you?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, all right.
Go on.
So, but I've seen a lot of like independent wrestling, and they can be hilarious. And they could have put on a great little show on stage. Pull some really great moves, have some comedy to it. These were just a bunch of idiots that were slamming into each other with cheap masks that they bought at a Halloween sale. Like it was.
But it was
dumb.
entertaining.
It was like it was a mockery of wrestling, really.
Well, yeah, that's what one of the judges said. He said it's an insult to pro wrestling, if that's even
it's a
possible.
mockery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Would you pay money to go see that in Vegas?
no, I wouldn't. But it was still it was really short, and I understand why they didn't go through. I don't think they deserve to go through. All I'm saying is that I wish I could have seen the whole act on TV in Chicago or wherever they were at this point.
I'll send you some videos of things that are better than that. You'll get to see all of those.
Are your videos invisible?
Visible?
Maybe.
All right, so the next one is Chris. He's a wedding DJ. He decided to use his wedding DJ skills to turn it to stand-up comedy, which I don't understand the link, other than maybe he has to talk on the mic at the wedding some point, but...
I'll say this. I actually work as a wedding DJ on the side, and a lot of it is, you're emceeing for a lot of it. So there are a lot of moments for jokes and things of that sort. So I can see how that can kind of be a prerequisite into a comedy career. But he didn't do wedding DJs justice.
No, he didn't. We just heard one joke, and that joke was the Kim Kardashian joke.
I thought that was...
He got buzzed right away. Well, you're laughing at this joke.
I thought it was just silly. Like, it was, certain jokes where you laugh at and you're like, that, that's hilarious, or laugh with. This one you just kind of laugh at. Like, did he...
But see,
Daniel.
for me, it wasn't funny at all, because if he hears laughter, whether it's negative or positive, he's going to think that that's like he already won the battle, as long as he makes people laugh, right? I don't know. I just didn't like it, and everyone didn't like it. The funny part about him was him saying, "Take the X back." He kept saying, "Take the X back."
That was hilarious.
I'm going to Vegas, 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 and I think that was the best part of the act. And that's probably why they showed him, because his one joke was not funny at all. Dan.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, so, like, I know what you're saying, Kevin, as far as some jokes are just like so ridiculous that you laugh at them, but that wasn't even one of them. Like,
It wasn't.
like if I were to say to you, "How do Germans tie their shoes?" in Little Nazis, that's a funny joke.
Oh my God.
Right? That's one of those jokes that you can be like,
Jewish people, if you're listening, all right? That was all.
it's fine, I'm Jewish.
Yeah.
I can say that. You guys can't laugh at it, but I can. But no, it's like, it was a dumb joke, but worse than that was they X'd him and it completely threw him off, and he got mad at them. He's like, "Oh, you just made me lose my train of thought."
Yeah.
Well, if you're a real stand-up comedian, you're going to go out there and people are going to boo you.
Exactly.
Even the best stand-up comedians get booed and yelled at and things thrown at them.
Heckled.
And you deal with it. You keep going, or you make fun of them, but you make it a good show no matter what.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That was just ridiculous. He was terrible.
You make a good point that you shouldn't stumble because you get distracted by an ex or audience members booing or anything like that. You just got to keep going. You got to have that momentum.
Right.
And he just didn't have it.
Well, Kevin, why didn't the skeleton cross the road? He didn't have the guts.
Oh gosh.
Very, very good.
I like how he's like getting his mug as he's about to say it.
Now, I was about to say, I don't think that's one of those jokes you laugh at or laugh with. You just kind of take a moment of silence.
You'll laugh on your ride home.
All right.
All right. The next act is Enrique. He's 24. He's like, "Hi, everybody, I'm going to teach you how to do the samba. Audience members, stand up." My Enrique accent is terrible,
That was
by the way.
perfect. Spot on.
That was good.
So, Dan, you made a good point. You said, it's a problem when the judges are dancing and not watching. And suddenly he turned this whole thing into a party. And we do not know if he went through or not.
Yeah, they didn't show it. They just ended with a party. It was fun. He wasn't a good act, but he succeeded into turning the whole stage into a party.
Here's the thing, though. He's a good dancer, but how in the world is he going to teach people how to? I don't know. It was weird.
Well, I think he didn't really think through his act. Like I think he just kind of went up there and was like, "All right, we're gonna do."
Yeah.
It seemed like he was just improvising the whole thing while he was up on stage, which I give him credit for because he clearly got everyone involved.
He did.
And out of all the acts that I've seen from any of them, this is the first time I've seen the judges doing a conga line around the stage, including an audience. So I kind of give him a thumbs up for it.
Do you think, since we got no confirmation, do you guys think he went through or did he not?
I don't think he went through, but my prediction is that on the last show, he'll show up.
No, I don't think he's that memorable.
I think so. I think, when they do the whole, bring back the worst acts, I think he's going to be up there
But see, that's the
making a
thing.
party.
He wasn't a worst act. He
No,
wasn't
I know.
terrible.
But I'm just saying, if he didn't go through, I have a feeling they'll bring him back.
I agree. I don't think they would include him like as far as the worst acts, but I think they can incorporate him somehow into that show, whether they make him turn the show into a party or Fiesta, you see him going like this, or something. They have to bring him back because you left the audience hanging. They want to know what happened. They want to see him. So,
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know because he was a good dancer.
Oh, yeah, he broke it down.
Yeah, he did, but maybe if he had like a huge conga line behind him. But hey, I guess our guess is that he didn't go through.
Hey, what is the difference between a foot and a camera?
What?
A foot has 5 toes. A camera has photos.
Oh gosh. Keep them coming, guys. Keep them coming.
Not bad. Not bad.
Maybe you'll be laughing about it on your way home.
Nope.
Right? Thank you. Thank you. We'll keep them coming. All right.
All right, the next one is we move over to San Antonio, Texas, and the first act we have in the city is David Fenley. He is 34 years old. He has a really old guitar, and he sings the song Too Close by Alex Clare. I thought it was better than the original. I really like this guy, and he's a singer, and singers kind of feel generic, just like dancers do. But there's something about him that stood out. He had like a look that just matched his music. I don't know. I liked him. What did you guys think?
He was good. I really liked his voice. I agree with you. There's a lot of songs, like poppy songs, that'll be like, it's not a bad song. I don't like the singer. I don't like the tone of it. And this is one of those songs where it's like, it's a catchy enough song, but I don't like the singer or the tone. And he did a really good job with it. Kind of like what you said. I liked it better than the original. I thought he was good.
Yeah.
I liked him.
I like it.
I thought, when I first saw him, you kind of don't know what to expect. You see the beard, you see like this rough kind of around the edges kind of guy, and then he just had this just very soothing, like soulful voice. I kind of reminded me of the Blues or something. He was like, "Can you feel it?"
Yeah, he was good.
He was good. He was great. I can't wait to see more of Dylan. Or excuse me, not Dylan. That's the next.
David.
I'm looking ahead in my notes. Sorry. I can't. David. I can't wait to see more of David. Sorry.
Oh, Kevin.
Yeah. I don't know what's in this, man. I thought it was water, but it's
No.
You guys, what do pirates like to drive?
Cars.
Yes. Don't steal my punchline.
Sorry, what?
I'm not gonna say it.
Well-
What do pirates like to eat?
not.
Chips ahoy! Yeah.
Hey, guys.
Got it.
Let's get serious for a second, though.
Okay.
All right.
How many hipsters does it take to screw in a light bulb?
None.
It's a really obscure number. You've never heard of it.
Oh gosh, that's a good one.
Well, I mean, did you hear about the man that lost his left arm and left leg in the car crash? He's all right now.
Oh God.
All right, let's talk about Dylan.
All right, well, let's talk about Dylan. He's a dancing Dylan, 17. He's taught to dance off the internet. He does a variety show in school, and he dances hip hop that he calls animation. What did you guys think of this one?
He was great. I liked it a lot. I didn't know what to expect. I thought he might be one of those acts that they build you up and he's not very good. But it was different. Like Kevin pointed out, he kind of reminded me of Turf from last year, but he was different. And I feel like it's the evolution of the robot and of the like jerk style. It was more cartoony. And he had fun with it. Like he was funny, he was spanking himself, and I thought it was funny.
Good. He was good.
Dope, absolutely dope. And, you know, not to be redundant, but what I liked is more than just him being a dancer and obviously exuding that awesomeness, he incorporated a personality into his dance. Like he kind of made it like a theatrical show. You know, he was laughing, he was smiling, he was spanking himself.
He was lip syncing.
He was lip syncing. You know, like I said, if you take like the white version of Turf and give him like Vanilla Ice swag, and, you know, just incredible dance movement. That was Dylan Wilson.
I feel like Turf and his moves were completely different, though, because Turf was, you know, he broke his limbs and stuff. Contortionist, exactly.
Contortion.
But yeah.
Loved him, though. Loved Dylan.
He was good, and I'm sure you'll see him again. Dancing Dylan, you know, he made it through. He was awesome. You know, great act. That's really all I can say. He was kind of original. He was different. He was a nice breath of fresh air from a lot of other dance moves. I do wish, like, he's like one of those people that should be with another animatronics or animation dancer and
put him and Turf together.
Put together, you know. Yeah. Okay, the next act is called maybe your favorite because they dance with swords. Is Hunkomania, the Men of Steel, and they basically come out, and Heidi Klum and Mel B are completely drooling. Yes, they can't even think. They lose their train of thought. They're fighting. These guys are dancers and they're off sync, and they're wearing like 300 gear. They can do the boob flex thing. Doesn't matter to me. It was not impressive. I don't know why Heidi Klum kept saying do it for the ladies, because I wouldn't want to pay money to see them. I wouldn't. We already got Thunder from Down Under and Chippendales. I don't need this. What about you guys?
Well, I do need it.
No, you don't.
No, it was dumb. They weren't even, they weren't in sync. It was just a bunch of big half-naked dudes running around stage. It was dumb. The only reason that Mel B and Heidi voted for them is because they knew that Howie and Howard would vote no and they wouldn't go on.
Well, of course, and the ladies can't be like, no, these guys aren't attractive. Of course, they're gonna have to, you know, push that. What did you think?
Same thing. I wasn't really that impressed.
No,
you know,
they weren't good dancers.
They took some extras from 300 and told them to go out there and do some stuff. And Chippendales, like you said, they may have an opportunity there, but that's the only way they'll be in Vegas.
Right. Well, you know, anyway. Just not my thing.
She's still thinking about the hunky bodies.
No, not so much. That's not my kind of thing. I like. It looks nice to look at, but
you like them
to touch,
skinny,
not that thing. Somewhere in between.
Tall, black. All right, go ahead.
21. Little Mike, like my segue. Little Mike and
21.
Funny Bone make Mike Bone. So Mike Bone is an act, and they're brothers. They are Native American, and they dance and. They created their song called "Do the Dance." It's "Do the Rain Dance." Excuse me. I know you thought this was like very Little John-esque, but you enjoyed it.
Yeah. Again, you know, it was. I don't like that type of rap. It's radio rap. It's, you know, Little John type. But I gotta tell you, from a lot of the stuff I've heard on the radio, it sounds like it. It sounds like it could be up there. I was surprised. They weren't bad. For what it was.
They weren't. I actually really enjoyed their act, and like you mentioned, it's not my kind of genre, but they were really entertaining, and they can dance. They could, for what they're doing, they sound better than a lot of people that are actually famous and making tons of money doing it.
Yeah.
Nowadays in hip hop, if you want to succeed, if you have just a catchy beat and a very catchy hook and a dance to go along with it, that's like a recipe for a hit. And I think that this particular group and song encompassed all of those. I could see people going up, doing the rain dance, doing the rain, and they even had a little dance to it. Rain.
I like how they were funny too.
Yeah.
They had a great sense of humor. Yes.
Yeah.
I think they'll do well. I mean, maybe not in this competition. Maybe they will, but maybe not. But I could see them like, you know, Little John or the Yin Yang Twins or somebody putting them in their videos and doing song. I think that they'll do really well being featured in other people's stuff. It'll be kind of a novelty, but people will like it, and they're good enough to carry it.
Yep, I agree. I agree. And I really liked this act. This was one of the better acts of the night. Maybe not the most talented, but most entertaining.
Just fun, yeah. Fun.
So they went through, and the last act of the night was the American Hitmen. They are a rock band, which we haven't seen really this season, have we?
No.
They are Marine Corps veterans, and they sing the song Simple Man by Leonard Skinner. What did you fellows think of this one?
I thought they did really good, to be honest. I would have liked them. I would have liked to see them do a different song.
That's how I felt too.
Yeah, I just wasn't feeling. I would have liked a little something a little more up tempo, or a little something more, just a little more vivacious. And I didn't get that from them. But I can see they're talented, great singer. They served in the Army. I mean, they have all the recipes for success and to win over the hearts of America. So I love them.
Wow, love. All right.
I thought they were really
right?
good.
That is strong. I love everyone. I love all you guys.
Thank you.
Even my invisible.
Kevin and American Hitman
What did you
sitting
think?
in a tree. I thought they were good. I liked them. I thought the lead singer had a great voice. I liked the song. Maybe not the best choice, but I thought it was good. I liked it. I could have done without the whole long backstory and
Yeah.
I know, right?
Marines and Fallujah and whatever.
Am I watching a
fine.
documentary here?
But
Or?
they were good.
That tends to happen.
Yeah, I like them. I definitely want to see more of them. And
See, I like them, but I don't care to see more of them yet. So I guess maybe that might change. They might
Right.
have a different song.
But then think, how many rock bands do they have that have already
That's
passed
true.
through? So that's a good, at least it's not another opera singer.
yeah, I think if they come to Vegas with a lot more energy, a higher paced song,
Yeah.
faster paced song, I feel like they can do better. And my thing, they always say do a song that's recognizable, but they're not going to do covers. So,
Yeah. Well, for sure. Well, that was the last act of the night, and they went through. And that about does it for this week's after show for America's Got Talent. Next week is another round of auditions. I can't wait to check those out.
Oh, yeah.
In the meantime, guys, where can we find you? Or where will you be?
Facebook Doctor Who Live.
Okay, there you go.
You can find me on Twitter at HeyKevinJohn.
And you can find me at KAORIOUS. And you can find all of us here at AfterBuzz TV. And in the meantime, keep it fresh. We'll see you guys next week.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.